trying to give someone... Wow, towards the red line, it just screams. This thing is a lot of fun. This thing is understated, to say the least. All right, now that our car is driving a lot better, I'm trying to figure out all the clunks from the rear. The diff bushings look fine. I looked underneath there, everything looks pretty good. Look, no cracks, no holes in them, although I'm sure they could be a little mushy. But what I hear is while driving, just like a lot of back and forth. I tightened the bolt on the bottom of the strut or the shock. It wasn't loose, but something I'm observing, check this out. So if I shake left and right, it's quite a bit of movement, and then up and down. So it's possible either the bearing is loose, I need to look at that, see if it's, you know, tightened enough, or it just could be the various connections at the top for the camber and the toe at the rear, and then the, I know it's a multi-link suspension here, so there's several arms coming off of the wheel hub behind, and so I need to just pull off the wheel and make sure everything's tight, because I'm sure that's contributing. The other side does this a bit less, but it does it as well. So let's pull these off and tighten everything, because I want this thing to feel locked down. All right, so I've gone through in the back here and tightened everything I could get my hands on. Well, it looks to me like this hub nut is possibly not all the way tight. Like, I'm used to these hub nuts sitting a little further in, and it's a little rusty dusty. So I'm gonna undo the ends and try to see if I can unscrew it, screw it back in. I might use the air gun, get some torque on it. This came off with no effort. I mean, it's the electric power tool or whatever. Didn't even bust out the air gun. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and get it way snugger. I think hopefully after tightening everything I could get my hands on, we should be in a better place, but we'll see. Unless it's like a faulty shock that's just blah, 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 then we'll see that too. Speaking of, it has a collar, so I'll make sure that collar is tight as well, but there's nothing really else. There's just one nut up top, the collar, and then the nut and bolt at the bottom that I've already tightened pretty well. So it's all back together. I wiggled it some more. Side to side, there's still a tiny bit, but up and down, we're good. So I think tightening that hub nut and everything else around there has helped. But we're gonna see, right? When we go for our next test drive. Let's do the other side of the car. Well, I believe I have good news. I've driven out from the house and I have no clickety clunks or anything like that from the rear end. So I'm pretty surprised that just tightening the left rear hub nut and then just kind of retightening all the bolts has seemed to solve that for now. Again, we're going to give it a shakedown and see if it's all good after that as well. The HVAC is a little bit weak, I think. Like, I have it on the fans set to high and I don't hear a lot of air blowing. I do feel some air on my feet wearing my flip-flops. That's probably why I can feel that air. But as long as it works, you know, in some way, we should be good. I see the oil temp is slowly coming up, although we're up to temp on the coolant. Let's close the moonroof. It's pretty quiet in here now, actually. Like normal driving, you know, before I heard so many clunks and rattles, and I was kind of concerned like that this thing was a flusy falling apart, but honestly, it just took a couple observations and deep dives to see what's loose. I was surprised at how many things were loose on this car. I don't know, it just didn't seem normal how many things were just loose. Like, I don't know if it just happened over time or just improper installs, etc., etc. The suspension feels a lot better. It's still, I don't think the rear shocks are adjustable for dampening, only the fronts. And so I have them set to like a medium setting. It's not uncomfortable, but it's there's a slight maybe bounce I have yet to drive this car at a high speed, let's say above 80, for like on the freeway. I have yet to go on a run on the freeway, and I have yet to get an alignment, so I need to do those both. And I'm sure when I do, I'll be able to feel like it feels stable and stuff like that. But I'm sure this thing's pretty much at that state, other than I need to still diagnose how bad the oil leak is. I still had my old cardboard under the car, and so I'm not sure how much it's leaking now. Definitely, if you drive a German car, keep a nice quart or 5 quarts of oil in the trunk, because it's just the reality. Headlights seem to be in a better state, but I do need to raise them up a little bit or figure out my ride height, with the rear either coming down slightly. The fronts seem like they're in a good place. I don't hear any rubbing other than coming out of my driveway, turning the steering wheel left and right. I think I feel or hear some rubbing in the front, but it's probably just the plastic fender liner. The high beams are great, you know, super bright, super good. Here's the low beams. They're just not high enough. They're better than before. I lifted them a bit, but I can do a better job, especially on the left side. So that's my next order of operations. But we're gonna get to my turnaround spot, and I'm gonna try to do a launch, right? This car actually feels really civilized now. It's not air suspension, but the suspension is not harsh on my back, which I'm happy about. I plan to daily this, kind of turn it into a winter daily, and I'd like it to be fairly comfortable. I'm gonna open the moonroof back up. The HVAC on these cars, I'm sure, is not up to snuff, and we're just gonna aim it upward to make sure the windshield is getting the... I do feel heat, like slowly heat emanating at me. It's just not, it's not blowing hard, so it might be a blower motor or something. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It's shaping up. Maybe we'll get the traction control turned off and do a little fun rip with the traction off. You know, gotta have a little fun. I used to go to this spot to turn around because there's kind of gravel on the road, and so the all-wheel drive Subi would launch good here, but you don't need that here. Wow. It just keeps pulling. Like, it does have more power towards red line, I'll say that. It's still very, you feel the weight transfer to the back, and then you let off and it transfers to the front. So there's still some of that. But for a 2006 car this old, with well over 100k miles, it's probably like over 150 if I don't even know, the dash doesn't tell me, but this thing rips. Let's check, get our speedometer on there, or not. Traction's all right. Now that I've driven for a bit, it's probably warmed up the tires. Drive Subi would launch good here, but you don't need that here. Wow. It just keeps pulling. Like, it does have more power towards red line, I'll say that. It's still very, you feel the weight transfer to the back, and then you let off and it transfers to the front. So there's still some of that. Let's see. Don't want to go off of any traffic or anything. Check engine hasn't come back or anything, so we're good there. Even light throttle responds well. I'm going to try to go into this corner a little faster, just see how the suspension. It's definitely more confidence inspiring than before. The brakes feel good. They definitely had good brakes for this age. Y'all ready? I still feel a bit of wandering in the rear, and it could be alignment related easily, but better than before. No more, you know, stuff like that. So I'm happy about that. Let's try it with like the windows closed. You know, let's say you're just cruising and you drop it in second and you're trying to give someone, wow, towards the red line, it just screams. This thing is a lot of fun. This thing is understated, to say the least. The steering wheel is great. Previous owner changed the steering wheel. Feels nice in the hands. I think it's probably a little bit smaller diameter, flat bottom. It's very comfy. I'm liking it. I do feel more heat coming off at me, but it's not great. So we'll see if this thing will work as a winter beater, due to the fact that I want to test. So like I had the traction control off. It was fishing slightly, but it wasn't crazy bad. But I want to see how much traction are we actually getting. Oh my goodness. It feels better. Like at this higher speed, it feels pretty good. It's more the acceleration. I get a lot of wandering. The rear wanders a lot, and we need to lock it down more. It's not confidence inspiring to just floor it, especially if you're in any kind of turn. Like the M5, it feels very solid in the suspension area. It's all stock suspension, just springs. Here, right, we have those aftermarket pieces. Maybe that's those ball joints that are causing some of this wandering. I don't know, but the M5 wanders a tiny bit, but it feels way more locked down. It just feels more like traction issue there. Here, I feel like we have traction. It's just looping a little bit left and right. Let me see if I can show it. If we do another pull, we're gonna turn it around. I am happy that these brakes are nice. So even, yeah, full turn, everything feels really good. First gear. Yeah, feels pretty solid after that 60-ish. These tires are pretty good. For the Pilot Sport 4S's, they grip well. I have them on all the other cars. It's so fun. It's so torquey, like. And there's top end. I've heard the reason for the better top end is, of course, the big throttle body. A lot of people do those mods for the top end. I'm going to try to do another, like, first, I don't know how much of an acceleration we can do from standstill. Wow, yeah, second gear is where it really kicks kicks in. It feels nice. I'm starting to like this car more and more now that I'm fixing all the issues. I think these cars just need maintenance. These cars just need a lot of maintenance. I did get my Speedtronic error, but I have been kind of mobbing it a bit, so we'll take a look into that, what those errors are. Love it. Wow, yeah, second gear is where it really kicks in. It feels nice. I'm starting to like this car more and more. I'm gonna try like a 0 to 60. Let's see.
Go on the straightaway though.
I know. I have the traction on, so it's not gonna do anything too bad. So fun. You ready?
There I go.
I do smell more exhaust, but well, yeah, my Speedtronic thing. So I think it does this when the car gets pretty hot, and then it'll kind of like complain. So what it does is it doesn't give me like throttle anymore. Kind of the trick is to just pull over and shut it off and then turn it back on.
You got into limp mode?
Yeah. So it says the Speedtronic inactive thing. So I've heard of this with like the Mercedes, like they're kind of finicky with all this kind of stuff. Oh. Maybe I'll just let it sit for a minute. It is pretty loud. It's like slow response though.
It is very loud. It's not loud, it's very loud.
Yeah. It's a little finicky, but we'll figure it out. It lurches a little bit, you'll feel it, like between gear shifts. There's gonna be a straight, maybe you'll be able to gun it a little bit. The steering wheel's nice, though.
I like this thing.
It is nice, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I have to mark it. But brakes are really good on this thing.
They did do good brakes.
That's like half throttle right there.
Yeah. It's instant torque.
That thing goes.
What's that smell?
Dude, I think that's just like swirly. I don't think that's back trying to catch up to the front.
Okay. Mark's gonna give it another shot. It's kind of scary to sit on the side, to be honest.
To be honest, it's not like the traction kicks in and you can feel it. Dude, that thing is quick. That was 0 to 60.